Hey guys, Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. Today I'm going to replace the tensioner, the accessory belt tension pulley, which is this, and the belt. Hopefully I have the right size. It doesn't look like it though, so if not, in emergency I might still be able to use that, but we'll see once I get this off. Now I'm going to do this complete video, but I already took off the shield here, which sat down here, in order to see what I needed to get. So I'm going to start off the video by explaining the shield is right here, okay, and there was, in my case, 2 nuts that held it in place. Now there's a bolt missing, so you would have 1 bolt and 2 nuts, and then you remove this shield here. Alright, like I said, I did that so I could see what I needed. I had to get the right pulley, so I wanted to get in there and see what I needed. Now we'll proceed from here. From my understanding, I've got to take off these 2 nuts to get this off, and hopefully those will slide right out of there. So that'll be the next step, and then hopefully that part, the tensioner, should come right off. So we'll see how it goes. I'll get my tools together and we'll proceed here together. By the way, there's the original pulley. There's a new one. There's the original pulley. It literally broke in the middle. Very odd. I mean, everything's plastic these days. It's odd that it literally broke apart. The pulley itself just came apart. Anyway, that's that. Alright, there's 2 10mm nuts on here. Right here. Alright, so I'm going to remove them first. I hope that they come out easily. Oh, that turns nice. I'm surprised. Really surprised on this car. Everything's in really good shape. I don't think it saw any bad weather in its day until I got it. Oh, it's 92 degrees and humid, so I'm hurting right now. But the car is DOA. Battery's in on the charger, so there's no moving it right now. Sure could use the shade though. So anyway, I'm gonna remove these 2 bolts, and that tensioner should come off. This should be a quick and easy fix. Alright, I got it almost out. There's 2 very long bolts that hold that in. And there's the old tensioner. Now, make sure it's the same. I got it off Amazon. It looks good. Okay, now the belt goes down. Okay, it goes over the cam, which is the drive pulley, and then over the water pump, and then round under the water pump there, and then onto the tensioner. So I have to work it out here around the cam drive pulley, and I have to work it out from around the water pump. There we go. There's the old belt. It wasn't really that bad. Actually, the belt, it's not that bad at all. I'm surprised. I'm going to keep that as an emergency spare. There's no wear in that belt except for where that pulley ripped off. Make sure this belt is roughly the same. Okay, so there we'll have an emergency spare. I'll keep that as a backup. Alright. Reverse situation, we go down. This one isn't as flexible, so it's going to be not as easy. You've got to go around the water pump. Yeah, definitely not as easy. Get down in there around the water pump. Okay, get in there. Alright, so it's there. Get around the drive pulley. Get it turned inside out. Come on now. It turned itself inside out down there. Alright, I gotta straighten this belt out. I'll be back in a minute. Belt in place. Now it's time to put the tensioner in place. Get it started here. Let me see, that has to go in and around the belt. I hope you can see what I'm doing because I know the sun is bright. And get one bolt in here, the back bolt. Try to get that started. That one turns in easily by hand. Very easily. Okay. Now, this is going to be the tricky part. I've got to get the belt around the pulley and then get that bolt in place. And this is really tight, so let's see here. Make sure I'm on that water pump alright. And then I'm going to need to get a socket wrench, I think, to get that tensioner turned so that I can get the belt on. Forgot one stuff. I'm putting the bolt back in place. Okay. Now, oops. Get back on there. This belt really doesn't behave very well. Now, I've got to try to get the tension on that belt. So I need to turn the pulley in. With a wrench here, see? Tension that with a wrench and get that belt on. Oh, come on. Around here. And onto the pulley. And it's tight. Alright, I've got to move the camera so I can do this. That's tight, and I've got to stand right where the camera is. So I'm going to get that on just like that. I hope you can see what I'm trying to do. You guys, a ratchet driver and a 13mm does the job way, 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 way better. Don't try to do it with an open end wrench like that. Alright, I got it on. Now I'm going to get a flashlight and check and make sure I'm seated down in there properly. And then I'll put the guard back on. And that'll be it. It's a very simple job. The only thing that delayed me was waiting for the money to get the parts, which isn't that much anyway. I found these on Amazon. I'll put the links down below. Hey guys, so just use my 10mm here, make sure these are tight. I didn't have them torqued down that well. Everything on this old car was in really good shape. And then put the cover back in place. There, I might one day just get some a bolt that fits in there and put that third bolt in place. I don't think it affects anything, but anyway. Put those two pieces in place and I should be back on the road here in a couple minutes. Get those nuts tight. There's really nothing to this job. I think if it wasn't so hot out and I wasn't recording this, would be a 10-minute job, maybe 15 with struggling with the belt. I might want to put another bolt in there one day to make sure that's safe. There it is, guys. Now, the only other thing, let me get all my tools out of the way here. The only other thing I forgot to tell you, actually I'm still recording, is there's a plastic piece I took off the air cleaner right here that goes on, and it just popped in place. Boom, done. All right, that was in my way before. Now we're done. I'm gonna put the battery back in this thing and start it up, and we should be running. All right, guys, let's see if this thing starts. Running. A little bit of ticking noise at first. I haven't run this car in 3 months. I've been using the truck since this broke. There we go, guys. Really simple, quick fix. We are back on the road. Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. I'm going for a ride.